Hey, my name's Brittany Harrell. I've been a Vater artist since 2008. I play drums for the band Veara. My band Veara has a new album coming out. It's called What We Left Behind on Epitaph and Running Man Records. We tracked the record down in Ocala, Florida at the Wade Studios with Andrew Wade Engineering. Jeremy McKinnon from the band A Day to Remember produced. The record's outstanding. It's like energetic, aggressive pop punk, very, very sick. I first started playing the drums when I was 9 years old. Actually, the band Hanson got me into drums. I was a huge Hanson fan at the time. From there on, I discovered new drummers, like getting into more of a rock scene. Like, I'm really into pop punk bands, Blink-182, like New Found Glory. Really got me more into playing. Big influences of mine right now are John Blackwell and like Aaron Spears. I love those guys. They're super sick. Yeah, I've been playing since I was 9. I've taken lessons on and off again, but mainly the best practice is playing in my band and touring and stuff like that. From week to weekend, the records of life as the needle. Veera started when I was in high school. I was a freshman. I met our bass player Brian in a marching band class, actually. We were both in marching band. I marched snare drum and marching snare. Me and him started talking. He was like, oh, I play bass, you know, we should jam. We started jamming together, and we actually met our guitar player Patrick randomly through the internet. Started playing with him, and that's really the beginning stages of Veara. We've been through different member changes and stuff, and we started really getting serious around 2007 is when we actually started like self-booking tours and trying to get our name like out other than our hometown. We've been doing DIY tours since then. Up until now, we've been picked up by Epitaph and Running Man Records and Dave Shapiro from the agency group. And we are now on Tour Sick, where we're playing like places like House of Blues and Nokia Theater, and just stoked on everything. Like, Veera's been working hard, and it's so awesome to finally get to this point and just realizing, you know, your dream come true. I guess the best tour story I have that I can remember was actually on our very first tour. We were touring with a band called Signal to Noise. It was all self-booked. We were in Chicago at the time. We were hanging out at a friend's apartment after a show. They had somehow gotten our bass player's keys at the very beginning of the tour, and we just thought he lost them. So we park our van in what we thought was a decent area. We go back out to the van to grab our bags, and the van's gone. And we're like, holy crap, what happened? You know, our van's been stolen, freaking out. And just about as we were going to like call somebody, like, you know, what do we do about finding our van? They were like, don't call anybody, you know, don't call the cops. And they show the keys, and we're like, what is this, you know? Like, our van's gone, and then we put 2 and 2 together. Those are Brian's keys, and they tell us that they had just moved the van down the street. And I mean, it was the scariest thing ever. I thought we lost everything. Being a girl on tour for me really isn't, I know maybe some girls will be like, oh, that sucks, but for me, like, I'm not a girly girl, but you know, I am a girl, but I can hang with the dudes. Like, I've been doing it for so long. Like, hanging with all girls would probably be weird. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything, you know. I can definitely hang with the dudes, no problem. So it's always fun and interesting, that's for sure. Any advice for, you know, girls wanting to get out there? Like, the best thing to do is, you know, don't think you can't do it just because you're a girl. You know, you can do it, and you can play just as hard, if not harder, than the guys. All you gotta do is practice, and just know that it doesn't matter if you're a girl or not. Like, if you practice just as hard as any guy, you know, out there, you can be just as good, if not better. Just practice makes perfect, and have that dream in your head. If this is what you want, you can do it. It has nothing to do being a girl or not. You can do it for sure. I first got into Vater at a local drum shop. I had been breaking sticks constantly, and a local guy at the drum shop was like, hey, you should try Vater. And I was like, okay, I'll give him a try. bought a pair, and they were the best pair that I've played. I didn't break them, within, a few hours of playing or what have you. Went back to the drum shop, told them like, man, this is awesome. The Vater Drumsticks I use are universals. I like them because they have a heavy feel behind them without having to get to a thicker stick. I believe they're in between a 5A and a 5B. I just like the power you feel behind it without playing with a thicker stick is pretty much why I chose it, and it gives me the feel, like the grip feels nice. It's not too big, but I also get that power as well behind the stick. Warming up before I play, I always try to warm up on a practice pad before I play, usually anywhere from an hour and a half to an hour before. I'll run through just some basic exercises just to get my hands loose, nothing crazy. I'll do like eighth notes on one hand for a while, and then I'll switch it up to my left. I'll play with a click, so I'll start out slow and then gradually build myself up, and then I'll start doing just 16th single notes. I'll do various warm-ups that I learn from drumline, maybe practice a few rudiments that I recall back from learning and stuff like that. But basically, the main part of my warming up is just getting your hands loose, getting ready to play, and then I'll go through a series of stretches, anything from stretching like your forearms out to get them ready for what you're about to do, because I tend to hit kind of hard. Once again, I'm Brittany Harrell. I play drums for Veara. I use universal Vater drumsticks. Thanks for checking this out. Check out Vater. They're the best drumsticks out there.